Okay, so the first step to this process is to actually build the page for your listing. And so we're going to start with Site Builder. Actually, we're going to go over listings, and I'm going to just pick one of your listings to work with. So I'm going to Listings, Manage, and I'm going to click View for 1814 Dale Ridge. And I'm going to copy the address. And you'll know this information better than I will, so bear with me while I grab some of this stuff that's going to help us make this work. Right here we have a link that goes automatically to your listings as well. So if you ever just want to copy this URL and share it with your sellers or potential consumers, clients, whatever, sphere of influence, you always have a hyperlink that goes directly to each one of your listings. So I'm going to make note of that as well. And let me go back over. I'm actually going to grab this information too. Some people do this differently than others, but one of the things that you can do is you could create a flyer right from either the Flyers section or Design Center, depends on how exactly professional you want to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to click on the Flyers section. And I'm going to, actually, you know what, we're just going to do this right. I'm going to go into Design Center. And I'm going to choose one of these flyers. And what this will do is it'll automatically connect all of your photos over for that particular listing along with all of the information. So the idea behind what I'm working on right now is I am going to create a flyer that we're going to save as a JPEG image, okay? And then we're going to take that image and we're going to put it on that page. And I might be doing overkill, but I'd rather give you everything I know than just show you how to do something and it not look really good. So it automatically pulled the pictures over. And if you don't like these pictures, you can always switch them out by clicking on the Add Photos button over here. And you can delete. I'm actually going to take this one out and click Add Photos. And it pulls over all the images for you. All you have to do is go to Project Folders. And then we'll just grab some interior shots here real quick. We're going to save and continue. It's going to ask for text information, so I always just like to put the address at the top. And it's pulled in all the data for me, so I don't really have to do very much. I'm going to add a disclaimer real quick, just to make sure you're protected. So I did stock phrases, disclaimers only, and the not guaranteed option. Hit save and continue, confirm all of the information is correct. And I'm actually in this URL section. Remember that URL I talked to you about a few minutes ago? I'm actually going to paste that in here so that it drives consumers back to your site. So in case for whatever reason you decide to download this or print it as an actual flyer, it'll have that link so it goes directly to that listing. So I'm going to click Download Image. So now I've got my image, and I'm just going to do I'm going to open it with another product, and I'm going to save it onto my desktop. Okay, and we'll come back to that in just a second. I'm going to show you how to import that image into Lead Street. So I'm going to close out of Design Center because we don't need that anymore, which should take us back to Lead Street. And I'm then going to go over to Site Builder. I'm going to go to Content, and I'm going to go to Graphics. Okay? So what that does is it opens up another window, and you can upload graphics into this system. So any kind of JPEGs that you have or photo images that you have, you can upload them. So if you have streetscapes or anything like that where you want to talk about certain communities, you can do that here. So I'm going to click Choose File. And I'm going to go find the picture that I just saved, which is the flyer that we created. And click Upload. And acknowledge and accept that I own this. So now you see this flyer, which is pretty cool. Great. All right, I'm going to close this out. So now let's get on to the business of actually creating an SEO page. So the next piece is we're going to go to Site Builder, we're going to go to Content, and we're going to go to Pages. Now you have different navigation buttons on your website. You have a Properties button, you have Services, you have Community, Profile, and Contact. We want to actually put this SEO page that we're about to build underneath your Properties section, so that if a consumer clicks on that button, it's going to see a link to your listing. All right, so I'm going to click Add Page right here. And I'm actually going to title this page. I always title everything based on the street address. Okay. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to click Add Page. I'm going to click Edit Content. Now it takes us to a blank space, which is great. That's what we want. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab that image that we just pulled in, along with the verbiage that we pulled earlier, which is the street address and the comments for the listing. So let's start with title. I'm going to use the system up here so I can bold this, I'll make it centered, and I can use a different font. We can make it a bigger size. I always try to put as much information in here as possible, just so that the consumer understands what's going on in case they miss something on the page. May not be the most aesthetically pleasing, but it does get the job done. So one thing I'm doing right here is I'm highlighting this URL, and I'm going to use the link, and I'm going to click here, click OK, and that's going to make that link hot, which means someone will be able to click on it and then go to this page right here. So still good stuff. All right, now I'm going to pull in that JPEG image. So we're going to click on Open Photo Graphics Library. Now this gets a little tricky, so what you want to do is we're going to select the image. So click on the image and you'll see it show up here. Now you want to left click and hold your mouse and drag it down, and when you see the little plus box show up with the mouse pointer, just drop it. So now we've dropped that flyer in. We're going to resize it so that it looks proper on the page. And we're also going to come up here and align it to the center. So now you have a pretty good professional looking page. I'm going to click Submit. So now we've created our page, and let's go now and let's make it into an SEO page. One thing you want to note is that as soon as we made that page, it's right here. And if you ever want to edit the page, all you have to do is click Edit Page. Right now it's hidden. That's okay. That means that it's not showing under the properties. So when we're ready, we'll switch that over to show. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to go to Site Builder, you want to go to SEO, and you want to click on Pages. Now you will see the SEO page that we just created. Now we want to edit this for SEO. This is where it gets a little confusing, but it's not that bad. So your domain is polyparks.net. If you do a /, we're going to name this, and this is where I start to keep everything very much the same. So you want to put in an actual URL, and it's going to be, no spaces are available, just all one giant long word here. So this will be polyparks.net/1814 Dale Ridge Road -for sale. Okay, and that's what we want there. I'm going to paste this again, and then we can use all kinds of keywords. You can put Park Lane, Ohio, for sale, houses for sale, Park Lane. And so basically you want to use keywords. Notice I'm using houses and homes because people put different things in when they're searching for properties. So the description is basically allows Google and Bing to know what they're looking for, and the keywords help for people to search for it. So if somebody types in 1814 Dale Ridge Road, then hopefully this is going to pull up in their results on Google and Bing. So we're going to click on Update. Now you have a little smiley face over here to the right, and you are all set. You've got an SEO page. It's been created, and that's the next step. Just a couple more steps and you're done. So now we want to come back over under Site Builder Content Pages, and you should land here, and you want to come over and you want to click Show. Alright, so that means we've activated the page. We're going to go back over to Site Builder, down to SEO, back to Pages, and then you're going to have a link that says SEO Submit. You're going to click on this link, and you need to be logged into your Google account. You should already be logged in by default, and then you'll just click Submit to Google and click Submit Page. And the URL is polyparks.net/1814. So it'll be 1814 Dale Ridge Road -for sale. And you want to check that I am not a robot and submit request. And now it's been sent out to Google, and it will be indexed by Google. And hopefully when somebody types in 1814 Dale Ridge Road, it will show up with Zillow and Trulia and Realtor.com and all the other great websites out there. And you can always use the submit to search engine options from this page as well. But that is how you create an SEO page for your listing.